fellow by the name of Nicholas Frink. He was a patriarch, and he had 7 children. When the King of England purchased the right to the Carolinas, at one time Carolina was just one Carolina, wasn't north and south. Under what they called the Lord's property in 1729. Now, remember 1729, and remember these dates of these our ancestors that I'm going to give you. So you'll see how far back in slavery they came from. The plan was to attract settlers to this unsettled land. The King Council offered 50 acres to each man, woman, and child, including slaves. Nicholas came to the Carolinas in 1734 with the Lloyd family and settled on what was known as Little River, which what used to be called Frank Neck. The great-grandson of Nicholas Frank, Samuel Frank, that's where some of the Franks got their name from, a lot of Samuels in our family. He had a large number of slaves on his plantation, which were located north of Calabash. Everybody know where Calabash is. Nicholas was so good to his slaves that they never wanted to leave. Also, slaves on other plantations wanted to be bought by Nicholas. So at the end of slavery, Spencer, which is my great-grandfather, for me, by him being sort of like a driver, he raised horses. They didn't have cars back then. But he overheard a lot of stuff. You know, he kept his mouth shut until in 1862, when the slaves were freed, he went to petition. And he got his land for all of his children. He had about 22 of them. And he had 500 acres of land, and that included Calabash, where y'all go to the dockside right now. All that land down there on the river that belonged to him. What he did was, and I'm just telling you the unadulterated truth history, he had 16 children in the house, 6 outhouses. But all the boys, he needed them all landed. You can go in the deed down in Brunswick County and see all his children, all the boys that belonged to him. He gave them names. Now Spencer, his father was Virgil, and his mother's name was Peggy. Now, some other Franks in here, and Spencer had a brother named James, which had a son named Virgil, which had a daughter named Olive, which had a son named John. Now, that's another set of the family. He also had a sister named Nancy. She married a man, and they had a bunch of children. Well, most of us that know the Griffins, that's where the Griffins come in at, from that side. But anyway, you go on down, and you get down to where Samson Frank come in. And Samson Frank is Frank, our grandfather. And he died at a real early age, but he had 11 children. So that's basically it for the Franks. Now again, there's a lot of, for instance, we've been around here this weekend, there's a lot of history in this room. People that came from Texas, people that came because of their Franks. And I try to let them know where they fitted into the Frink family. Right. And I let them know that because that's what's in the history book, in the record book in Brunswick County. So there's some double cousins in here, some cousins that we don't know who they are. But look, if Frank is on your last name, hold on to it.